What's up, duelists? How's it going, guys? RBET2 is this weekend. Make sure you're there for that. It's going to be run through the FL Discord. For those of you who don't know, RBET is a really big Edison tournament. There's going to be $1,000 plus in prizes. You're not going to want to miss out on that. I'm playing a really fun deck today. I played a variant of this with a couple of baboons, and I realized that the baboons are just kind of trash, actually, and you can kind of get away with cutting them entirely and building a really cool toolbox deck. This is my Edison format ratbox deck, and I hope you guys enjoy. We've got the two Noblemen of Crossouts to help us press through things. We've got Triple Wind Blast. I think this is one of the best trap cards. I expect to see a ton of this in this weekend's really big Edison tournament. We've got Magic Cylinder, which helps us close out games, as well as Brain Control. We've got one Pot of Avarice to help us reuse our resources. There's a lot of like one-ofs and little niche things here and there, and just having a second shot at something like, I don't know, Fossil Dyna or a Grand Mole or a Shiba Warrior can be really important in a lot of matchups. I've got one Treeborn Frog. It's a great discard for our Phoenix Wing Wind Blasts. It's also just a nice tribute fodder for our Triple Ryza. The reason we're playing Triple Ryza is I think it's really nice to play decks like this that are quite offensive and can deal a lot of damage really quick with cards that can like kind of stack your opponent's deck, like set him back draws and stuff. I think it's a little bit better than Caius. It's also better than Caius because in this deck, we are citing double Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is a card that I think is actually really good in the current metagame. I think there's very few decks that aren't playing triple Caius. At the very least, you're hitting that. Oftentimes, you're hitting more. Things like Malicious, things like Plague Spreader in the graveyard, things like Dark Refer, Vayu. I think this is just an incredibly great card in today's metagame. Of course, you've also got the Light Imprisoning Mirrors, which do kind of conflict with our Thunder Kings, but Thunder King is still pretty good at like shutting off generic starters like Stratos, Rhoda, that kind of stuff that people are really taking advantage of in today's metagame. I also think Thunder King is pretty great because a lot of decks that are looking to push past your defensive trap cards, like maybe they're going for a giant Trunade and then trying to OTK you with a Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon or a Synchro play. Thunder King does a great job against those decks, I think. Cyber Dragons in the main. These give you extra shots at summons and Gigantes as well. You can often side these out when you do bring in the Royal Oppressions, but you know, sometimes it's nice to even have the Cyber Dragons alongside the Royal Oppressions. Royal Oppressions here for Glads, it's here for Quick Draw. Those decks can give decks like this, which are more like, not necessarily stun, but more like toolboxy, more of a slower like 2007 style deck. Decks like Quick Draw that have a little bit more power to them can give decks like this a little bit of problems, so it's important to have the two Royal Oppressions in the side, as well as triple DD Crow. I think this also helps against decks like Norlaris, which can give this deck a problem. Another reason why I like the two Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors is because they're really good against Norlaris. For Hero Beat, we've got two Cypher Soldier. We've also got a GB Hunter, which comes in against Gladiator Beasts. It's a little awkward with the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast and the Ryza, so you do got to be careful of that. But, you know, just keep it in mind. It's still such a house against Gladiator Beast that I think it's important to include at least one copy. Mind Control for extra set monster removal. We have access to the Synchros via the Shiba Warrior Taro. Pretty important. You've got all of your standard Synchros in here. There's actually an Iron Chain Dragon in the extra deck. The reason I have Iron Chain over Gaia Knight is because in the Dragon matchup, oh, we're going to get reconnecting here. In the Dragon matchup, you can sometimes Mind Control or Brain Control or Red Eyes and then bring it back and do something like that. That's the reason why I have it over the Gaia Knight. You know, Starlight Road, Bottomless Trap Hole. We're not maining Torrential because we're not playing Sangan. Again, we want to make it as like fluid as possible when we bring in the Shadow Imprisonings. Of course, we're getting DDoSed. Wouldn't be a dueling book video without that. Again, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Enjoy the match, you know. Definitely tune into the RBET this weekend. It's going to be streamed by myself on YouTube channel, and it's also going to be co-streamed, I believe, by Farfa on his Twitch, if you guys tune into him. Anyway, let's get into the match, because Dueling Book is going to give me the, not give me the ability to go back and look at my deck. Game versus Asian Takumi going second. You know what's up. You know what's up. We got the box. The rat box. You already know. Ooh, what a lovely hand. I actually really like this hand. You know what would be perfect is if we top decked Noblemen of Crossout. That would be perfect. I believe it's going to happen one time. One time for the fans. Ooh, opponent setting 2 into our Heavy Storm. Oh, not quite the Noblemen of Crossout I would have liked. I still am going to play the Heavy Storm though. Fuck it. Fuck it. Yo. +1. Let's go. What is this? Saber hole. Oh, okay. That's fine. Thunder King can run over this, and Thunder King's amazing against their deck, so. Cool. Hamster gonna special summon. We are actually going to set Pot of Avarice and Phoenix Wing Windblast. They wouldn't have sequenced their stuff the way they did if they hadn't. Where was I going with this? Maybe we want to set just Windblast. Nah, they're for sure going after the. Yeah, we'll just do this and pass. They don't have Heavy Storm because they wouldn't have set like this if they had Heavy Storm. That's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes, baby. They are going to pop our Avarice. Perfect. That's kind of exactly what we wanted. Nice. Mill your 3. Milled Monk, milled Fall Troll, and milled Book. We still have 2 pieces of interaction against what they want to do, so pretty happy about that. Pretty happy about all that. Another set monster. Perhaps another Raikou. Perhaps their set card is a Book. Perhaps. Thunder King is really important in this matchup. In theory, our turn could involve something like Windblast their set monster. No, wait. It would have to be Windblast the set card first. Unfortunately, we can't put the set monster back second. That would be ideal. And if it is Book, then they chain it, which is also not great. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to summon Injection Fairy Lily. We're going to summon it in attack position. See if the opponent wants to do anything. Do they want to do anything? Windblast is almost assuredly discarding Cyber Dragon. Hey. Maybe we should Windblast the back row, but we'll see. They're going to Book the Raikou. So this is going to trade with one of our cards, which I'm totally cool with. It ended up being exactly what we thought it was going to be. So they're going to pop the back row. That's fine. Of course. It's all fine. We still have the Thunder King for interaction, and Injection Fairy Lily is actually kind of a problem for their deck to deal with outside of like specifically Bryonic, which I don't think they're going to be able to stick through the Thunder King. We will attack this. It's an Emerald Blade. It'll let them get whatever they want from the deck, but that's totally cool. Totally chill. They're going to grab another Emerald Blade. Not bothered by that. We'll pass the turn. Thunder King sticking around is still great for us. They can't... Oh, I guess they milled Rhoda. So if they had that, then... Yeah. Okay. They're going to attack Injection Fairy Lily. I'll declare the effect. Pay 2,000. Opponent's going to take a lot of damage. No, you cannot replay. You need to read the cards in play. Read. What do you mean, can you read? No. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, normally I'm like pretty cool about this stuff, but like this card has been around for like... This card was released in 2003. This card's been around for 20 years. You know what it does. Okay. We're kind of just in a really good spot now. I think we can Rise of the Monster and then attack directly for a lot. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think the Injection Fairy Lily did its job. Well, actually, yeah. And then we'll set up to Rise of the Monster next turn for game. They're going to chain Gotham's Emergency Call. Okay, that's fine. This is still okay because we're still clearing an Emerald Blade, and that Gotham's would have brought back 2 things no matter what. So, we can also force the Full Helm and then kill it and leave them with just an Emerald Blade, and they're drawing another Emerald Blade, which doesn't really do anything against what we've got. Yeah. Cool. And now we can just pass. Next turn we can just Rise of it again. Maybe try to make something happen that way. We'll see. We'll see what the opponent wants to do. It was a solid Gotham Z call. Kept him in the game a little bit, but they are down bad, as the kids say. Ooh, what does that do? Does that make anything cool? Oh, it makes Red Dragon. Oh my. That's really good. I'm going to look up if it clears battle recruiters. I'm pretty sure it does, but I just want to double check. Let's see. When Red Dragon attacks and destroys a defense position, Giant Rat, Red Dragon, Archfiend destroys Giant Rat. So Giant Rat's effect is not activated. Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. It's kind of exactly what we wanted to do. Here we're going to make Red Dragon. I'm really happy I chose to include that in the extra deck. Oftentimes I cut this card. It's the first card I cut, but it's coming up big here. That's going to destroy both their monsters. Hell yeah. It destroys their monster by the effect, so they will not get the effect to summon from the deck. And we should be good to commandeer this game to victory. Thunder King Ryo again sticking around, doing everything it needed to do. Thunder King attacking directly, getting in the 1900 points. Both of our monsters did attack, so the red dragon's not going to destroy anything, and we can pass. In the off chance this does get broken up by like something like a brain control or whatever, we can always just Cyber Dragon plus Ryza and try to close things out that way. Full Helm Knight, totally chill. Not a problem. I think we actually just can sack the red dragon for the Ryza. Ryza can target the full helm, and then we can attack for game. Cool. That was a sweet match. We gotta be a little bit careful about the next one though. I think Royal Oppression is really important in this matchup. I think Mind Control is pretty good in this matchup. DD Crow is like also pretty good. Dust Tornado's not bad. We're likely not going to be attacking much, so I'm going to cut the Magic Cylinder. Or they're not likely not going to be attacking much. And for the same reason I'm going to cut Mirror Force, I'm also going to cut both Bottomless Trap Hole. So we're gonna go pretty light on all that stuff. We're going to keep all the books. We're going to keep the Nox. I am going to cut the Pot of Avarice. I don't think we're going to go down that route. Again, I don't think they're going to be attacking much, so I'm going to cut a Rat. I'm going to cut probably a Gigantes, because I don't see our monsters dying that much. Actually, maybe even... And then I definitely cut Gores or Trag. Probably just Trag. Gores is pretty bad against this matchup, because they, like, just discard your hand. Well, Gores is alright. I can't complain about Gores. Let's just do this. This looks fine. I'm cool with this. I maybe should have, like, a Giant Trunade or, like, another fast form of Spell Trap removal on the sideboard, but this is okay. Ooh, Nobleman going second. Nobleman Dyna win. Oh my god, this is so good. This is so nasty. It's so nasty. I guess we'll see what their set monster is. Oh my goodness, and we drew a Ryza. This is exactly what this deck wants to be doing. Let's go ahead and try and Nobleman their target, or Nobleman target their set monster. It's Hamster. Okay, we don't play that card, so we'll go ahead and shuffle. We're kind of in an interesting spot where I actually think I want to attack with the Taro. Yeah, I think I want to attack with the Taro. I know it's kind of strange, but it'll allow us to special summon next turn, whereas Fossil Dyna might cut us off. And it's not going to die, which is important. I wonder what they're going to do. So they have a set card here. I don't know if I want to set both Book and Wind Blast. I think I just want to set Wind Blast. There's a good chance I pitch the Book to the Wind Blast. But I don't think we need to set both. I don't want to play into a set Heavy Storm from the opponent. And I also just don't see us needing to set Book, when Wind Blast pretty much covers exactly what we need to cover. If they go for like Monk Cat, we can just Wind Blast the Monk on the summon effect. And that'd be like my biggest concern, honestly. And then we'll be able to Ryza their whatever else they commit. Okay, here's Emmer's Blade. That's fine. This doesn't really do anything. This is kind of just like whatever to us. We take 500. That's all good. Shiva Warrior holds things down for us. Now we're big chillin'. Ooh, Starlight Road's a good draw. That's a really good draw. That being said, do we want to Wind Blast their back row, or do we want to Rise of the Emmer's Blade and say, fuck the back row, I don't believe it's real? I say we do this. Fuck the back row, it's not real. They have too many cards in their deck, like Book of Moon, like Gotham's E-Call, that don't really cut it here. So I'm pretty happy just going for this and attacking directly. It was Mirror Force. Now I need to think if I want to book it to save it. I think I won't. I think it just goes. And then main phase 2, I'll set the Starlight Road. And again, I think I'll hold the Book to pitch to the Wind Blast and then pass the turn. Depending on how they play their next turn, I may or may not Wind Blast the Emmer's Blade. If they just summon it and attack, well, let's say they summon Airbellum. That'd be the problem. I think Airbellum would force the Wind Blast, which is not great. Maybe I should have set the Book because of Airbellum. But the reason I'm thinking not to do this is because if they summon Airbellum, they're playing it a bottomless, so they might not. Oh, and that's perfect. It's kind of exactly what we wanted to have this Starlight Road for. Nice. Now we're just in a great spot. We can't complain about this at all. We have Stardust plus Fossil Dyna. Oh my goodness. This is actually disgusting. I think we're going to pitch the Wind Blast and target their back row. I do want to clear that if it's an Emmer's Blade. Get that out of here. And I do want to summon Fossil Dyna and do this. This opens us up to a few things though. Maybe this wasn't the best, but we'll see. We'll see. Fossil Dyna attacks, and then Stardust attacks directly. Get the most damage. If they have Full Helm Knight, it's bad, but I mean, that's the only thing, right? It's just Full Helm Knight. I guess Rhoda, so there's 4 of those. Yeah, we're getting punished. That's bad. That's really bad. That's unfortunate. Yeah, maybe that was a misplay. Maybe that was too greedy. We could have also just waited till our draw phase, which was stupid. I didn't need to. Main phase 2, they're probably going to make either Bryonic or Goyo. If they have Fall Troll, I like legit will concede. Wait, I don't know. Oh, they're just going to pass. Okay. That's good for us. That's really good for us. Oh my goodness, we drew Royal Oppression. We're so lucky. They should have made a synchro. They really should have made a synchro. I mean, I understand they were playing with a back row in mind, but they really should have made a synchro. Because now they're just losing, I think. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what their hand is either. Like, maybe they could have afforded to wait a turn based off their hand. Like, if they have, like, Typhoon or whatever, or Cold Wave, then they could wait a turn. But it's just so high risk, right? Because, like, what if I draw, like, you know? What if I draw, like, what's that card? Book of Moon or something. Like, what if I draw something that just lets, like, another monster that lets me clear the Fulham Knight? And here they're just going to walk into Royal Oppression. If they do have Typhoon, then they are clear here. Okay, they don't. Thank goodness. Well, this is just very great for us. Very, very great. We do have to be a little careful of Gores. Gores could be bad. But I think Giant Rat is okay. We'll attack directly for 1200 or 1400 first. If they want to drop Gores, oh, it's fine. It's fine. Giant Rat gets Injection Fairy Lily, and then we win the game. So, yeah, I think we're just in a great spot, actually. That was really fortunate sequence for us. I think our opponent did make a mistake, not going for Bryonic that one turn. GG's to the opponent, but yeah, that's kind of the deck. Anyway, smash like, subscribe, guys. Make sure and tune in for the RBET tournament this weekend. It's going to be streamed on my YouTube, and it's also going to be streamed, I think, by Farfa on Twitch as well. So, yeah, definitely don't miss that. The commentary is going to be great. The level of competition is going to be great, and I can't wait to see you guys there. Peace out, everyone.